What if I told you that restaurants for delivery drivers have put up signs with some of the most ludicrous requests? And here's what I'm talking about, okay? In the description is gonna be a link from a video from Ride Along with Bree, my favorite delivery channel content creator these days, because she is very deliberate and very thoughtful on how she accepts orders and does the work involved. Now, she is explaining a situation where drivers are greeted by a sign at a local Popeyes, basically commanding that they look through the bags to confirm orders and to confirm with the employees in the store. This is run on multiple fronts. One of which is, I think it's a health violation, and she happens to agree with me. It's a health, I think it's a health violation to have dashers' hands rummaging through people's food. You also are being asked to confirm the contents with the employee in the store. Again, a completely unnecessary move. In my particular town, Taco Bell has a sign that demands drivers come in with a hot bag. Hot bags are good things, but being told that they have to do it, otherwise you can't leave. Taco Bell will tell drivers that we'll not let you even leave with the food unless you have a hot bag and can show it and we can watch you put it in there. This will backfire on Taco Bell in several ways. First of all, you're going to have drivers like myself who will just blacklist them. I don't accept any Taco Bell orders at all for this reason. Because we're being told how to do our jobs. We're independent contractors, folks. Nobody has the right to tell us exactly how to do our jobs. Not Doordash, not Uber Eats, and certainly not the restaurants. So, my recommendation for Bree and anybody else in the Popeye situation, blacklist the restaurant. Teach them a lesson. And that lesson is, you sit there and try to tell us how to do our jobs, we won't deliver your food. This Taco Bell, I think, is having worse problems with cold food on people's doors than they did before. Because if a large number of drivers are blacklisting them here in this town, the waits to have this food picked up are getting longer and longer and longer, which means it's sitting on their counter out in the open for longer periods of time. It's more likely to be cold now than it was before they instituted this stupid policy last winter. You can't control independent contractors. The restaurants are trying, and they're going to fail. Taco Bell in Forest Lake, Minnesota is failing. Because I believe customers are probably going to be getting colder food. And the attitude that they have expressed and the complete disrespect that this sign has shown is probably the heart of the reason why few drivers pick up here anymore. Is the disrespect and the implication that we're doing something wrong, and the overall accusatory tone of the sign. The Popeye sign in Bree's video is similar. Again, I think what's gone on in that case is that drivers have either been stealing food or food's been getting lost somehow. So the way of trying to address the problem is to exert control on the drivers. Again, I think this is a situation where a large number of drivers are going to just blacklist the location entirely. They won't pick up there. Now, we have a restaurant here, Culver's, of course, in Forest Lake, which has made an agreement with the app, with DoorDash itself, that we are to show the order to a crew member or a team member in the restaurant before we leave with it. This is different because it's an established protocol with the restaurant with DoorDash itself. Do you think there's anything inherently wrong with that? No. Also, Papa John's around here it's a contractual agreement with DoorDash that we need to take a picture of our pizza bag before we leave a Papa John's location. Well, we have one Papa John's location, so this Papa John's location, we have to take a picture of the bag. Again, a reasonable request if they have been able to legally. I think DoorDash's lawyers are better than anything that we can come up with. So I'm sure that they checked with independent contractor law to see if these two instances are allowable. I'm pretty sure DoorDash checked with their lawyers to see if these requirements are legal. Probably passed muster with them, and so there we are. We are required to take pictures of pizza bags. We're not necessarily required to take a picture of the order itself, by the way. Sometimes we have to take a picture of the receipt, but it's never both. But anyway, they want to confirm that we have a hot bag for the pizza orders, which, again, has probably passed muster with DoorDash's lawyers. I trust them more than anybody on the internet has to say about the subject. So, and Culver's requiring that you just show the order, just a screenshot of the order, to a team member. I'll do this at my local Culver's here, and the team member looks at me a little bit confused. But it is what it is. So I just show the order. It's just a screen with some green background and a little bit of text of the actual order itself. No big deal. You just hit the OK button, and off you go. No extra steps, no extra handling of the food, no extra handling of any of the material that you're delivering. You're not picking through a bag. And by the way, speaking of picking through bags, Chipotle has an agreement the other way around. Their bags are sealed. We are not to pick through them at all. Now, the app does say to check the order, but of course this is impossible with a sealed bag. It has to confirm the items in the order. We have an option there in the DoorDash app that we can't do it. And I think when we take a picture of the bag and the receipt, it should be pretty obvious to them. I've never been called out by DoorDash on this. My Chipotle orders have gone flawlessly in that regard. Now, have they gone flawlessly in other ways? No. Forest Lake, Minnesota has some of the longest driver wait times in the country. Chipotle definitely drags the average down or up. They're a big part of that average being a problem. Market average 12 minutes. Chipotle average 15. They're part of the problem here. But again, yeah, what if I told you that restaurants do try to control dashers? Illegally, might I add you? And they tell you how to do certain things. They give instructions on picking through customers' foods. I believe it's illegal. And if you see a sign like this, my suggestion is blacklist them. Don't accept an order from them ever again. Teach them a lesson. Teach them that, we're not going to do this for you. We're not going to accept your orders, and we're not going to deliver for you. If you're worried about food getting to customers cold, guess what? It's going to get there cold now because it's going to be sitting on your counter for half an hour while you wait for a driver who's actually a sucker enough and may not know better to take your piddly little trip. So again, this is about signs that merchants have for delivery drivers. Ignore them and blacklist them is my recommendation for you. So folks, that's my spiel for the day. I'll see you next time. As always, peace out, homies.